Fake bomb alarm cause of test. Hi guys, I don't know if the story fits here, but I would like to share it. Also, English is not my first language, so sorry for any misspells. So this happened when I was in 2nd grade. Me and my class were going to playroom. In halfway my teacher's phone rings, and she answers the phone. After 10 seconds she says oh my god, and then we all left school. My friend's dad picked me and my friend up so I could play some games with him on PS3. It turned out someone from middle school, we had primary school and middle school connected, had a test. Of course he didn't study, so he called his father, who ended up calling the police saying there is bomb in school. I don't know what happened to father, but I can only imagine what trouble he had. Entitled mom tries to skip long line in drive-thru and gets mad when she is served last. I wish I had seen this in person, but this will have to do. So, my band director told us about something that happened at Chick-fil-A a few days ago. Apparently, a mother with kids in the car tried to cut in front of him in the drive-thru. 1. The line was long as fuck, and 2. This drive-thru is separated from the parking lot by these little poles. She comes barreling through and almost hits 2 cars, including the band directors, and tries to order. Then someone in band, who was working there that night, spoke up and said yeah, that they all saw and were laughing about it for a second. Then when the woman got to the window they told her to drive around and park and they would bring the food out. They did about an hour later, and this woman is pissed off and yell about how they should have gotten the food out faster. Meanwhile, the whole band was laughing our asses off listening to the bullshit this woman was said to have said. My mom takes my family to Oktoberfest and tries to make my brother pay for everything. Just some background information. So a few days ago I stayed home with my dad to redo the floors in our kitchen. Now, understand that my brother lives about 2k miles away around Louisiana, as we are in California. My brother trades stocks as a side thing and he's pretty good at it, so he can make $500 plus if he is smart. So my mom takes my 2 older sisters, my sister's boyfriend / baby daddy, and expects to have my brother pay for a bunch of things at Oktoberfest without telling him. Not only that, but my mom and sisters were fighting constantly. Let's think about that. A 23-year-old, a 27-year-old, and a 51-year-old are fighting over every little detail and trying to make my brother, a 29-year-old man, pay for everything but not let him say a word. Fast forward to dinner, they came back from their adventure and everyone is in a bad mood. I had just about finished the kitchen floor and we were going to a sports bar for pizza, and my mom tries to make my brother pay again. I'm 19, and I know that it's kinda rude to just push the bill onto other people, especially when you had been doing that all day. So my brother had pizza, as did I, and we left after a while and my mother got angry at him, but I didn't care and neither did he, because if someone offers to go to a place to eat, usually it's a I'll pay or let's split the bill sorta deal. Entitled mother allows her kids to break park law. Technically a friend story. They wrote it, but they don't have 100 karma. This happened in late June of this year. My mother, whose name is ironically Karen, and I were visiting Yellowstone National Park, allowing her roommate to be responsible for our new snowshoe kittens. By the way, I can be very lazy when it comes to getting out of bed, not waking up, just getting out of bed. Anyways, on this particular day, we left late as usual and drove around Yellowstone. We eventually got to our main stop of the day, which was the Fish Pot Hot Springs. There are 2 very important rules relating to hot springs. They are so important, they are law. 1. You cannot stray off the wooden path, as there might be fragile ground, which would cause you to fall into a hot spring, which could potentially result in death. 2. You are not allowed to throw any objects of any kind into a hot spring, as it might damage the hot spring itself. We had just passed the fish pot a few minutes prior, and were now checking out a large non-submerged hot spring. In comes a very apathetic looking mother, with her 2 crotch goblins. One of the kids is trying to spit in the hot spring, grinning his ass off. The girl jumps off the path, and grabs a stone from behind her that sign listed the rules. My mother, who is justifiably unhappy with what is happening, is trying to stop them, warning the girl that it was against the law, who still grinning, looking directly at her, threw it into the small pit. Fortunately, it didn't actually roll into the hot spring. The entire time their mother couldn't be giving a single shit about her kids and was just looking at her phone. We eventually got them to stop, but not 5 minutes later, we saw another person yelling at them. No happy ending, but I thought it would fit in this subreddit. Buy my kids a pizza. I've encountered some entitled people since I live in a very well-off area, but this one happened today. I took my son and his friends to an arcade where they can play a laser tag and run around for hours. I brought my laptop and decided to do some work. Q entitled mom me equals me m equals entitled mom. I was doing work when a woman approached me followed by 3 boys ages 8 to 11, I guess. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but are the kids over there? Points my son and his friends. Your kids. Me, the blonde one is, why? Well, I noticed them riding several rides, playing games and ordering a lot of food. Me, yeah, I gave them money to do what they want. What's the big deal? Well, my son's glances over to her son's a few feet away watching someone play basketball. Love this place. But I can only afford a few games and they share a small pizza and water. I want them to have fun, but I just can't afford it. If you could just help us with a medium pizza or a game or two, we would appreciate it. Me, no sorry, I won't do that. But I saw your son and friends order a large pizza just to put soda and candy on it. They did this as a gross out challenge to each other. Me, okay, well, that is their business. There are plenty of free places that you can go to. After she left, I told the manger that she was begging for money and using her kids as pawns. Some people